Hello, everyone. Welcome back for another episode of Red Wine and Chaos. I kind of dropped the ball. Lars out of town. And I was going to do it with a friend of ours who is kind of in the wine business. And before I knew it, it was too late and I couldn't make those arrangements. So I had to force John to come back with me.
And here I am.
Sunshine and rainbows, bells and whistles on. He's
Yep.
so happy to be here.
Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
That's a total lie. He's not happy to be here. He spent 15 minutes researching this wine instead of just rolling with it.
Well,
Our podcasting styles are very different.
yeah, I don't like not having things in place.
Well, you either need to shit or get off the pot because here we are.
Well, I'm prepared as well as I can be, I suppose.
So John's going to tell us what we're drinking today.
All right. So this is a Valpolicella Ripasso Classico Superiore.
Oh.
Made by Vinter Bartolomeo Lorenzi out of Italy.
Sounds like a race car driver.
I know we're all, as a Red Wine and Chaos family here, expanding our wine knowledge. So
what are we learning? I feel like you're going to drop some knowledge on me. So what's in the more you know segment this week?
The wine corner. So it's basically getting into how European wines. You mentioned it in a couple times, I think, now at this point, that European wines don't have or don't label their wines by like the grape that they use or things like that.
It's the region, right?
They label it by the region. So this is it's a Valpolicella, which is the region. It's in northern Italy, near the Alps, very mountainous. And then Ripasso is the style with which the wine is made. It's used. It makes or they leave the wine in contact with dried grape skins from previous pressings.
Oh.
And it's got various. I don't remember what wine. Oh my Lord!
Oh,
Sorry, world. I don't remember what wine or grape varietals are in it, but yeah, it's different. It's.
Do you have flavor notes?
It says there's forest fruits, cherry. It has spicy notes. It's full-bodied, well-balanced, and persistent is a word that they describe it as.
Oh, that's a new one.
And I can agree with that after having tasted it. It's lingering on the palate.
Yeah, it is persistent. That's a good word for this wine. And not in a bad way.
No, I actually I kind of like it. It does feel different than other wines that I've had.
I don't think we've had too many Italian wines.
No, I think, and for the most part, you guys typically drink, other than recently now that we've gotten into these more of the Wall Street wines boxes. You guys typically only drink a single grape wine for the longest time. So, like, I know that I'm okay with most Pinots. I like Malbecs. I like.
You like the American wines, like
I like. I mean, I know which ones I like. So, especially with these European wines, it's difficult to say oh, I like.
Right.
Because that's not how they do wines over there. It's by the region, and the region that the grapevines are grown in is what leads to the distinct characteristics rather than the varietal of grape, which, I mean, obviously that has some bearing on the flavor notes that you get.
Sure.
But, you know, the area and the process that it's produced is what really distinguishes it from other wines in the area, because pretty much everything in Europe is a blend.
Right.
So,
I have really started liking that piece of this wine journey, if you will, that Lara and I are on. I like those European wines. I like the blends. I like these regional wines, if you will. I've really started to get into them, and this one is no exception. I think this one is fantastic.
yeah, it's really good. And, you know, that's, so the person, a friend of ours that was going to be on the show, she is in like sales and distribution.
Yeah.
So she's getting a certification. I don't remember what exactly she called it, but essentially she has to know everything about everything. It's
I think it's like a beginning steps of like a sommelier.
No. It is.
It's not even like a pre-course to that?
No, it's much more in depth.
There's no way.
Yeah. Absolutely, because with being a sommelier, you're really only there to discern the flavors. You can tell this from that and here from there just by tasting it, essentially. I mean, obviously they have a ton of knowledge, but she's going to have to know where it was. She's going to have to know specific vintners. She's going to have to know regions differentiated from other regions.
Oh my word.
I wore him outside.
He did like 7 laps around our not very big backyard.
He's a fat dog.
And Shotzi is dead to the world.
That happens. But yeah, so it's like extremely in-depth.
Yeah.
Like the minutia she was talking about that she has to know about all of these places, it's wild, and it's worldwide.
Yeah.
So,
I'm excited. I do want to have her on.
Oh, for sure.
I think that this Ashley got busy and forgot that we were going to have her on the show is probably going to work out better, because I bet Laura would like to be a part of that.
Yeah, probably.
So we will have her on. I think that that's a great, we can do a whole The More You Know podcast episode.
There you go.
So how many cheers do you give this wine, JR?
I'll go 2.5.
Oh, I'm going to go 3.
I mean, I want to say 3, but it's not a delicious Chardonnay out of a box. So
he's a man who knows what he likes.
Indeed I am.
And if it's not from a box,
with 2 pieces of ice,
it's not his fave. So, life has been pretty busy for you and I these last few weeks.
Yeah, pretty. I mean, everything has ramped up. It's sports season.
Yeah.
It's
and I feel like
work are picking up.
We were spoiled's not the right word, but last baseball season, football season, and basketball season, Oliver was not also in karate, which is year-round.
Right.
So this is
because of COVID.
Because of COVID.
Yep.
So Oliver's back in karate now. Mm-hmm. And we only have the one child, and I cannot fathom how people with multiple children do it.
Oh, that's easy. One of them does not
work. or they split up.
Right. I mean, that's it. That's the only possible way that anybody could get anything done ever, if you have more than one child.
Yeah. I feel like it's just the two of us, and we're like running.
Right. But we both, I mean, to be fair to other folks that do it on the reg, like we both try to be at everything.
Yeah.
With Oliver.
Yeah.
You know, the only exception being, you know, the jiu-jitsu classes, because we don't really have any input in that.
Right.
Or, you know, I can't teach Oliver how to do a rear naked choke.
I don't even know what that is.
So
I know what cuddly head is, and I know what backpack is.
Right.
And that's probably not their formal names.
No, not at all. Their formal names are in a dialect that I'm not even sure
going
what
to try.
It is. Yeah, no. Not even going to venture down that path. But yeah, it's crazy busy.
Yeah, and because we run, both John and I work all day. Oliver's in school all day. Our day starts at, John starts at 5:30. Mine starts at 6. Oliver starts at 6:15ish. And then there are days where like we, karate starts at 5:15. Baseball sometimes starts at 5:30. So we're just going from one place to the other, and sometimes it's like 8:00 before we even just get home for the evening.
Yeah.
Shit. So the house is a mess. We're sitting here and like there's just fucking clothes everywhere. There's garbage on the floor. There's a box of Lucky Charms up here. Oliver's got toys everywhere. There's dog hair all over the white comforter because that was not well thought out by myself when I bought a new comforter.
Yep, but we did it because I love you.
Oh, you're really great. I wish you would have said something if you had that thought.
You've got ideas, I go with them.
So I thought we could talk about something, and John's not one for winging it like Lar is. So, because I didn't plan ahead and because I didn't have the energy, and because this is real life, we are going to do something similar to a couple episodes ago where John asked Lar and I questions and we debated each side of it.
Yeah.
But this time we're doing random topics and we're going to have quick discussion about it. We're not arguing one side or the other. It's just, we're literally spinning a wheel.
Pretty much, yeah.
And we're going to chit chat and who knows, maybe we'll find something else out about one another after 15 years.
Well, here's hoping. I think that I know you pretty well, but who knows?
So, okay. So, spin that wheel of topics.
Okay. So, first one. What celebrity do you like to follow?
Oh, on like social media?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great question. I would say currently right now I am following the most Reese Witherspoon. She has a book club and like I'm always looking, and not that I like read a ton of books, but I like to.
You sure do have a lot of them.
Well, the ones that I have other than those two I've read.
Okay.
Except for that one, that Hotel in the Corner of Bitter and Sweet. I still cannot get past like the first 2 chapters. But she also is like, she's very funny in like a punny way. And so like her content's just happy and it makes me happy. And it's not like, divisive or dividing or politically driven, or it's just like a nice, safe place to be.
Okay.
And so that's currently kind of where I'm at. Like today I saw she did a TikTok and, she was like replying to a comment about her name being Witherspoon. And so she was like standing there with a spoon in her hand and she put on the screen like Reese Witherspoon because that's how it's with her spoon, right? Yeah. That's how it's spelled. And then she put it down and then she spelled out her
Reese
name again.
Without her spoon.
Yeah. and so she did all of, Reese with her book, Reese without her book. And so it's just like a nice, safe, makes me smile in the pit of despair that is social media.
Okay.
What about you?
I honestly, I don't like follow any quote unquote celebrities specifically. I think.
Oh my God, Kitty. She just moved that microphone with her whole ass.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
going to need to fix it.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. I guess the one that I would get probably, I always perk up when I see him come across anything is Hank Green.
Who's that? I don't know if I know who it is.
He's
kind of a baseball player?
No. Oh. He is TikTok. I would say probably TikTok famous. He's done a ton of stuff. He's an author. He sells stuff on the interwebs. But he's just a very well-versed, eloquent speaking man that, has a very wide base of knowledge on tons of stuff. And, if there's somebody that has a question about how something works scientifically, he digs into it.
Oh, that's cool.
He throws a lot of humor into it. So I just, I get a kick out of watching his stuff.
Yeah.
And, he's one of the few people that I have followed on multiple social media outlets.
Oh, hot damn.
I got Red Wine and Chaos, my wife, my sister wife, and Hank Green, basically.
Your sister wife.
So
John did take his real wife and his sister wife out on a date last week.
I did. I'm classy.
His sister wife is Laura, in case you guys didn't pick up on that.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
What about number 2?
Next, if there was an extra hour every day, what would you do with it?
I would sleep.
That's I could have thrown that. Yeah.
Did you know that that's what I was going to answer? Is that what you were talking about?
If you could sleep 24 hours a day, you would.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Like if I could just be a stay-at-home napping wife,
yeah,
I would be so happy.
I mean, I think most people would.
No way. There are so many like go-getters out in the world that would be like, oh, I would fold all this laundry that you have in your room right now. I would do something productive with my extra hour.
There's way less people that are like that than you think.
I don't know.
I'm certain. The only reason that you think that is because of social media.
Maybe.
Because all that, super productive, bouncy energy bullshit is shoved down your throat.
That's true.
Because the people like us, we don't TikTok. We don't post TikToks of our morning routines and shit that I wake up at 3:30 a.m. and hit the gym for 2.5 hours and then
because I'm not Mark Wahlberg.
And I cold pour my fucking micro whatever coffee bullshit. I don't have time to make a fucking half-hour cup of coffee every fucking day.
Yeah. I would like
because those aren't real people.
I know.
I hope everybody listening understands. It's not even that they're machines. They are their entire lives are either funded by their parents, or their family's wealth, or
wealth of any kind.
They are sponsored in one way, shape, or form via this marketing machine that is social media.
Yeah.
So
I would like to I've said on numerous occasions, and John has laughed at me on all of them, I would like to get up earlier and either start my workday earlier so I can end earlier, or even go for a walk in the morning, or something. But I'll never do it.
That can be arranged.
No, I'd be so mad at you. I am already mad at you.
You'd probably only be mad at me for a month.
No.
All right.
It would be longer. I would be mad at every morning. I'm still mad every morning that you wake me up.
I know. But I can't have our kid running around our house unsupervised for 2 hours while you slowly get out of bed.
So stupid.
Yeah.
I can't wait for him to go to middle school when he can catch the early bus.
Hopefully.
I'm not driving his ass to middle school.
I mean, at that point, he can walk or ride his bike.
That's kind of far.
I know. Aiden's done it a couple times, I think.
I think Aiden.
I see kids doing it all the time when the weather's nice. At least.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, no, I would sleep. What would you do with your extra hour? Would you sleep too, or would you be one of those people that's productive?
I doubt that I would be productive. Ideally, what would I do? Yeah, sure. I would do other things around the house, or, maybe I would actually read a book.
Sure.
I've bought several that I haven't touched.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm being honest, I would probably plop myself on the couch and scroll TikTok or watch a TV show. Because I
just have an extra hour for you, whatever that looks like.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, we're crazy busy. So
yeah.
I wake up, I'm out the door by 6:15 every day. That's my schedule. And then I'm out to work all day long.
Yeah.
Typically get home 4 or 5 o'clock. So it's not like a ridiculously long day, but it's still
a long
10,
day.
11, 12 hours sometimes. And then we've got everything for Oliver. And then Lord knows you don't cook. So then I come home and cook.
I sure don't.
So.
I sure don't. I have been trying to, because there's not an extra hour in the day, and because I know I won't get up early, and I know I won't stay up late, I've been trying to, every time I get up from my chair in the office, flip a load of laundry or pick something up, or if I go down to the main floor, I try to rinse dishes or put dishes away,
right.
Or I try to pick one thing every time I get up to do around the house to start alleviating some of those household pressures, because there are some days where this Tuesday, Oliver had that doctor's appointment at 4:00, and then you went right into karate.
Mm-hmm.
It should have been baseball, which would have been 2 hours instead of 45 minutes, which
right.
is what karate is. And so just to try to alleviate some of that, you come home and there's shit everywhere in the house. And
yeah, just the everyday
the stuff that
pressure.
piles up.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to do that one thing every time I get up from my chair to try to alleviate that, because there's nothing I hate more. I mean, I'm sure there is, but I super hate clutter and things out.
Mm-hmm.
When there's I don't like anything on the countertops if they don't have to be there.
Yep.
I don't like a ton of shoes all over the house because they're all over the house. And I don't like all of this stuff on our floor in here is making me crazy. But it's I just let it internally make me crazy.
Yeah.
I don't have the desire to do anything about it because I'm exhausted.
Yeah. Well, I mean, most people that know me probably know that I am just the slightest bit OCD about some stuff. And right now, if I weren't just a lazy guy, I would be freaking out.
Yeah.
Straight up. I've got, there's clothes on the floor. There's some dishes in the sink. Our house is not gross or anything like that, but
it's cluttery.
Yeah.
It's not gross.
It's cluttered. And
yeah.
I also see several things that are not how they should be, and that bothers me, but I'm also not about to fix it.
Right. Yeah. So I think that
what would I do with an hour? Nothing. Nothing. It would be wasted.
Nothing. Not a damn thing. I would do not a damn thing.
Absolute waste of an extra hour. Give it to someone else.
Give it to Mark Wahlberg. He can use it for an extra hour in the morning.
Absolutely.
You got another one?
Yeah, sure. So next one is, what is your favorite childhood memory?
Oh. I might have to think on that for a minute. Do you have one that pops into your head?
I mean, yeah, sure. Childhood. It depends on what you would define as childhood.
Okay, do we say anything prior to 18?
Okay. I'm good with that.
Okay.
So favorite memory from that would be throwing a party at my house. and
It's what I thought you were gonna say.
it was such a crazy, memorable thing.
Yeah.
Threw a party, not understanding what day I chose for the party. It happened to be April 20th. Those in the know understand what the importance of that day is.
Yeah.
So needless to say.
And you were in high school, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in high school. Mom was out of town doing something.
I thought it was at Grandma's.
No. This was at Mom's house.
Oh,
So
I thought it was at Graham's because the porch, the deck.
No. Well, you never saw the house that this was at.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. So this was at a house that we had. There was a pond in the backyard, and there was a big. It was a walkout basement.
Oh, okay.
So there was a porch coming off of the back of the house that was had stilts essentially. So, but yeah. So I had a party. It got pretty awesome. That's code for it got out of hand.
Yeah, there's probably people there you didn't know.
Oh, absolutely. That house
friends
was
of friends
full.
of friends. Yeah.
So,
as most high school parties are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and we were imbibing and having a grand old time, and then someone just yelled, "The cops are here!" And I looked out the front window of the kitchen, which looked right to the road, and there was literally like 10 cop cars pulled up. Because to start, we were trying to be subtle about it. Like I was like, nobody could park in the driveway, and
sure.
like if you're gonna come,
you gotta park around the corner.
You gotta go way down the road and walk in, and like, sure, that worked for the first couple hours,
yeah.
And then just cars were everywhere, and there were kids walking everywhere carrying beer or liquor, right. And so yeah. So the cops came, and like I cannot explain how instantaneous it was that everybody was out of my house. It was like you see the stereotypical like roaches scatter when the lights come on. That is exactly what happened. Somebody yelled cops, people just dropped everything and they were gone. I was myself and didn't understand what was going on. Drunk John was in full effect at that point. So,
who is a completely different person.
Oh, I barely know the guy. But needless to say, I ended up underneath that deck, like as far underneath it as humanly possible. Like I was so ridiculously hidden, it wasn't even funny. And there were cops walking over me for a good half hour, 45 minutes.
Oh, yelling, on top of the deck?
On top of the deck, yelling my name, shining flashlights, this and that. And then I heard them all kind of leave, walk out towards their cars, and I fucking bolted. Just ran away from my own house. And so behind the house, there was just a big wooded area, swampy, gross, disgusting. So for weeks, people were telling me I was fucking lost in that fucking swamp for hours. And I was like, well, that fucking sucks.
Maybe you should have went a different way.
Yeah. So. But all in all, it was a great time.
I mean, it's memorable, right?
Yeah. It was that's what it was.
Good for you. I'm proud of you. Avoiding the cops like that.
Yep, I'm pretty slick.
Can I have some more wine?
Oh, sure.
You're holding it hostage over there.
I'm holding it what? Hostage?
Hostage.
Oh, okay.
My favorite childhood memory is probably a bit more wholesome. You can call it boring if you want. But honestly, it's probably going up north to Hubbard Lake. Mm-hmm. I loved doing that. I loved being up there. I was very close with Nana and Papa. So I loved being up there. I used to go up there like a couple weeks every summer and just by myself and stay with Nana and Papa. And I had so much fun. And I loved it when we were up there, like as a family with Dan. Because Dan would take us tubing and he was aggressive. I mean, those memes that are going around, like, where it's like your dad clearly never took you tubing and it shows. Have you ever seen those memes where like the kids are 77 feet in the air? Like that was us. That's what Dan did to us, and it was wild. And I don't know how there were not broken bones or drownings or any of the sorts. He would take us out there. I will never forget. It was his favorite time to take us was when it was choppy as fuck.
Hey,
he loved it, like right when a storm was coming in.
Yeah.
Oh, he loved it. It was so much fun. But I just had so much fun doing that. And like, you get that. I mean, because you would come up there with us, you know, when we first got together. And
oh yeah, that would have been an immediate answer had I had something like that in my childhood. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know it's got to be good, right? When you're 37 and you miss it.
Oh yeah.
Like,
well, and you know, our plan's always been that hopefully we can make something like that for Oliver.
Yeah.
You know, I would still enjoy that. Obviously,
I would too. I would too. But that would be mine. Like I said, it's a bit more. You had plastic stuck to the bottom of your foot because we need to clean our house. So, bit more wholesome. A bit less avoiding the law.
Sure.
Breaking the law, but still a good memory.
Yeah, for sure.
Should we do one more?
Okay.
Make it a good one.
Do we only got time for one more?
I mean, we have time for multiple. I just didn't know how long you wanted to go today.
Oh, okay. If you knew you could not fail, what would you do?
Ooh. Fail meaning like you would just be good at it?
Whatever your definition of fail is. Oh. I think it's pretty open-ended there.
Okay. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever thought about that. What would you do? Be a professional athlete?
No, I'd start a business.
Oh, good one. Yeah.
Just I don't necessarily have anything with that fleshed out. I certainly, just knowing myself, I really enjoy helping people, pleasing them in one way or another. Yeah. I'm very, that's the.
You're a people pleaser.
Yeah, you guys have mentioned your love languages. That's how I love on other people. Is I do things for them. I'm a. What do they call it?
You're a fixer. You're a doer. You're a...
Right. I like cooking for people.
Yep.
So, I could see myself doing like a food truck or restaurant or something like that, or, maybe a handiman service.
Yeah, I was going to say like a hardware store, like something along those lines.
Something along those lines. And if I knew I couldn't fail, I'd have already done that.
Yeah.
So.
Huh. I don't know what I would do. I might, and it's the first thing, when you asked that, the first thing that came to my mind was become a doctor or a lawyer.
Okay.
But I think that's less about, fear of failure and more about, like I hated going to school.
Okay, yeah, and that would probably not be a great thing.
Right. So I don't know you said it's open-ended, and if fear of failure also cures laziness, then that would be my answer. I would probably do that.
Be a doctor.
Or a lawyer.
A lawyer.
Yeah, one of those. And I've always wanted to
The more you touch it, the worse it gets.
I know. I have that same drive to help people and to kind of be a people pleaser. There's so many things that I would do. Like, I want to do like a doggy hospice. I want to take all the old dogs that are in a shelter that don't have anyone to love them in their final year and like love on them. And I want to like open up and work at or be a part of like a domestic violence shelter system. And, because I think that there's just such a need for that out there as more men and women continue to go through the bullshit that they go through as far as domestic violence is concerned. I mean, like, look at the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial. Like, that shit's bananas.
Yeah.
So again, fear of failure. Like, I would do all of those things if failure was not there, right? I would do every single one, because if I couldn't fail at one of them, I could do all of them.
Yeah.
So maybe that's my answer.
Okay. All right.
I'm sorry. That's not well thought out. I didn't know how to answer that.
Well, that's fine.
Sorry, that one was lame. Okay, pick a better one.
Oh, okay. Jeez. What is the worst thing you can say on a first date? I got one.
Is it I want to take it slow?
Yeah. The thing that you said on our first date.
I did say that.
Yep.
And look at us now.
Yeah, look at that. That shit backfired.
I wouldn't say backfired.
Well, for you it did.
I think that's dependent on the person. Like, you know, for me, the worst thing that you could, if you were not around and I was still a mom, like, the worst thing you could say on a first date is, like, I fucking hate kids.
All right.
Like, I have one.
Yeah.
You can't say you hate kids and then expect me to, like, stick around.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Any kind of, like, weird sexual red flags. Like, I don't know. If you start talking about all, like, the weird sexual things you're into, like, on the first date.
Oh, like,
unless you're into them too, but that would be like a red flag for me.
Okay.
I would probably be like, man, pump the brakes. That was too fast.
Okay.
I don't know. It's been so long since I've had to even think about dating.
That's true. That's true. It's been a minute.
Like, so long.
I honestly, I didn't even think about it when I was trying to date people.
Well, yeah, because we were 20.
I'm also
one.
I'm also pretty amazing.
22.
So it just sort of happened naturally for me.
That's why all of those other girlfriends before me worked out, huh?
Yeah, obviously.
Because you're such a natural.
Yeah. I'm so suave.
Just able to lock it down. Okay, last one.
Last one.
Last one for sure.
What is the last dream that you remember?
I can't say all of the bits and pieces.
Well, just give me the gist of it.
The gist of it is that I was at an event and I was being real sassy.
Shocker.
To a lot of people. I was telling people all about themselves.
Okay.
With a glass of wine in hand, just bouncing from table to table, just being awful.
So you were basically, you were living out what you actually dream about when you're in a restaurant or something? Just like bouncing from table to table with your cocktail, talking shit to the person's face?
Yeah.
But in real life, you're just sitting next to Laura and saying those things in hushed tones?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's an odd thing to dream about.
I know. Sorry.
So it's a lot to unpack.
We can take it offline, and it won't be a lot to unpack.
I mean, hey.
What's the last dream you remember?
Well,
do you dream often?
Now I do.
Do you remember? Is that the gummies?
Yeah. So, I mean,
do you remember your dreams?
To a degree.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I am too. Like when I know I dream every night, and sometimes I wake up and I don't remember them.
Yeah.
But I remember dreaming. Some nights I wake up, or some mornings I wake up, and the dreams are very, very vivid, and I remember everything.
But then they're gone after a few minutes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then for the most part, the long-term remembering that I do are just like bits and pieces.
Yeah, the most memorable stuff
of the
from
dreams.
Said dream. Yeah. And so, yeah, like you said, I mean, I've been essentially what most people would be considered microdosing. Like I don't get like stupid high. I don't pop like 20 milligram gummies and just float off to a different galaxy. Like I'll typically, like I'll have 2.5 to 5 milligrams of THC and just sort of mellow out. And depending on what time I have a gummy, it leads on into the night. And when I do that, when I do fall asleep after having taken a gummy, it's the most vivid, lucid dreams ever. It's those dreams where like, you're dreaming and you can control it and stuff. And
yeah,
I play a lot of video games. I read a lot of, science fiction and fantasy stuff. And, I play Dungeons and Dragons. So a lot of my dreams,
it's very vivid.
Yeah. A lot of my dreams lately they revolve around, usually me stepping into the place of a character that I've either read about or played a video game of, or played, one of my Dungeons and Dragons characters or something along those lines. But the most recent one that I can vividly remember was basically I was a monster in like a Godzilla King of the Monsters style movie where like I was fighting something else in like towering over a city, smashing buildings and throwing cars and stuff.
It's very Godzilla-y.
Yeah. So
like you were in that Free People movie.
Mm-hmm.
That was such a good movie.
Wait, what?
That isn't it called Free? Oh, Free Guy.
Free Guy. Oh yeah.
Free People is clothing
Reynolds
line. Free Guy is the movie.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. Bought that white shirt from Free People. Not that one you're wearing. The one that I just got.
Oh, you okay? Yeah, I gotcha.
Are you there?
It wasn't for me. Yeah.
No.
Well, you looked at me and you said I bought that white shirt. I was like, what?
Oh,
that doesn't make sense.
I think I just assumed that you would know what I was talking about, and you didn't.
Nope.
And so it didn't track.
No.
I think our minds are mush. I think this was delightfully boring, and we're just busy.
Yeah,
my mind is mush. I can't think straight.
Yep.
It's past my bedtime by like an hour. And there's a whole house to clean, and I have to go into the office tomorrow, and I'm sorry. Laura will be back next week and it'll be better.
Ouch. Shit. Just freaking shots fired over there.
Well, okay, so what did we learn?
For having 30 minutes notice, I think
you
I did
did not have 30
job.
minutes notice. I told you earlier today before baseball that you would need to do this with me. It is not my fault that you cannot think for yourself sometimes.
No, not at all. If this plan had been laid out a month ago,
that's not happening.
I would have said the same thing the 30 minutes before this when you said, hey, we got to go do this. I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I need to. Do you even look at the calendar when I put everything on the calendar?
No.
God damn it, John.
I've never looked at calendars.
Okay, well, we need to find something so you know what's happening in our life.
It's called you.
No. Find a better way.
Why would I need anything other than the Rolodex of information? I'm sure you've heard there's a few comedians that have bits like it, but like, why on earth would I do anything different? I'm amazed that we don't go to a restaurant and then I look at something on the menu and ask you if I like it or not. Chicken Parmesan. Do I like that?
Do I like that? What are you going to do when I go out of town for work? Oliver has karate and 2 games that week.
Yeah. How long are you gone?
And it's his last week of school.
How long are you gone for?
Sunday to Thursday.
Fuck. I don't know. I might. Uh-oh.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Gross.
Is he going to throw up?
No, he just got like.
Oh.
I think it's like cottonmouth.
I fucking hope
phlegm
so.
That gets like.
I'm so tired of cleaning up dog puke.
Has he been throwing up?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad I don't have to do that.
Oh, it's nasty.
I mean, unless you want to clean up John puke too.
No, I definitely don't.
No. That'd be rough.
You're going to have to figure it out when I'm gone for work, though.
I'll be fine. I'm a whole ass man.
Well, act like it.
I will when I have to. How about that? I will when I have to. But
Done.
Right now, I don't have to, so I'm going to rely on you to guide me through life.
Fair. Listen, you guys, go get an Italian wine. It's really good. From the Villa region?
Valpolicella region. It's northern Italy.
Valparaiso. Isn't that a college?
No, that's Valparaiso.
Valparaiso.
Yeah.
It's not that region?
No. Unfortunately not.
So northern Italy?
Northern Italy.
It's really good.
Near the Swiss Alps.
Try to find it.
Yep.
If you can. And, don't let the chaos beat you over the head.
Yep. And don't be a dick.
Because chaos is inevitable.
But that's why there's red wine.
Oh, look at you, Red!
Chardonnay if you need it.
I got it.